Good morning. How are you doing? Today, we're going to talk about the conspiracy theory of Prince, Chyna from the WWE, and Miss Doris Roberts of Hollywood. Now, the moment that Prince died, more than just a few hours later, there were videos flooding YouTube concerning the conspiracy theory of this being a satanic Illuminati ritual. The moments after Chyna died, it's a satanic Illuminati, satanic ritual that was done by the Freemasons and the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, concerning the WWE and her. Now, when Miss Roberts died, there weren't videos about her. Why? Maybe because she lived to be 90. I don't know. But usually, as soon as someone in Hollywood, as soon as someone in sports, as soon as someone in music dies or has an issue, then the whole YouTube explodes with the conspiracy theories concerning these people that it's all some type of ritual. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm wearing my dragon shirt today because we're going to talk about that for a minute. See, I'm going to break down the rituals. I'm going to break down what this is about. See, the first one, right? There's so many different conspiracy theories that so many different directions we can go with this one. Let's think about it for a second. Now, first, Miss Roberts died. She died on the growing moon. And then Chyna died again on a growing moon just hours before the full moon, to which Prince then died on a full moon in the month of April, which is the birth of spring. So it's the satanic ritual of the Illuminati to bring about a springtime ritual of rebirth. Now, you combine that and think about the fact that Prince was also had an album that he was promoting. He was rebirthing again, which he's done many times. His album, if you look at the album cover, he has shades on his two eyes, and then a third eye that showed the cosmos. So the Illuminati was after him, and he talked about chemtrails. So they were after him and wanted him to die. But it was a ritual. Now, what was the purpose of the ritual? Was it just to bring in the new year, bring in the new year of spring? Was it a springtime ritual? What was the ritual about? Could it have been that? Or maybe it was this. Maybe it was, the ritual was based on the fact that the Miss Roberts represented the full moon, right? The feminine, the full moon, and that Chyna represented Venus as the morning star, but Venus is also represented, if you understand Enoch, is the false light. So the false light before the rising sun, and that was Prince. He represented the rising sun. So and here's the thing about that one. It was a full moon last night and the night before, and Miss Roberts had already died during the growing of the full moon, and then Chyna died only hours before Prince died. If she represents Venus, the morning star, the false morning star of the true light, which is the sun, then, and the fact of the matter is, think about this, here's the Illuminati part. Chyna died a few hours before Prince died. Venus appears in the eastern sky a few hours before the sunrise. So if this was the Illuminati death ritual, then it was the ritual of the rising of the sun, the birth of the sun during during a full moon of the month of April coming into spring. Maybe that was it. Okay. Well, how about this one? How about this one? Maybe, people say that the Vince McMahon and the WWE is satanic Illuminati, and that they put out so much material concerning that in order to warp and train the mind, and we want to keep everybody in that flow. And they've done such a good job. I mean, one of their primary stars have been, the Undertaker for the last 20 so odd years. So maybe as a repayment to the WWE, and since they're lagging right now and trying to switch into a new genre, they had the Attitude Era, now they're in the PG era. They're trying to go back to an Attitude Era. So maybe as this new launch, the Illuminati said, okay, Vince McMahon, WWE, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a ritual for you. Now, in that ritual, we're going to make one of your stars even bigger stars. So the Roberts lady represents the world of Hollywood, the world of acting. Hello, Kimberly. Represents the world of acting. And then Then Chyna, she was already in sports entertainment, so she represents the sports entertainment. So you got to build a pyramid here. You got to have three. And then Prince, representing the music industry, and since he was coming out with his album was very cosmic. If you listen to his new album, it's very good. It's very cosmic, very third eye opening, you know. And so maybe since the biggest star, one of the biggest stars in the WWE history was The Rock, who was a sports entertainment, Chyna's, her death, her sacrifice. He's an actor and been doing very well as an actor. Miss Roberts, her death. Now, and if you don't know this, The Rock actually has a really good singing voice, and he wants to become a singer as well. So Prince, that was the death of Prince, for The Rock to now become the triple threat of the WWE entertainer, the actor, and now he's going into music. So if The Rock becomes a huge music sensation over the next, and the WWE's tried to get into music quite a few times, so it wouldn't be new for them. So now The Rock can be promoted, and that was the Illuminati ritual that was taking place in order to get people there into that mode. So maybe that's what it was. So if we look at the moons and Venus and the rising sun and the star, or maybe like Miss Roberts represents the mother, and Prince, he represents the father, and then, you know, Chyna was kind of, you got all this, you know, she looked, you know, she was buffed up, and some people used to say that she was, you know, a man or a hermaphrodite. Maybe she's the hermaphrodite Adam representation of the child of the two, you know, to create, you know, the universal man. So maybe that was the ritual of the Illuminati. Or maybe people just pass away. It's an unfortunate thing to some, but the vibrations of the body slows down, and as it slows down, the vibration of the consciousness is able to speed up and leave the poverty of the flesh. Maybe these things had nothing to do with the Illuminati. Maybe people who are just running onto YouTube and creating these Illuminati satanic ritual videos are just doing it just so that they can get their subscription on YouTube higher so that they can get paid. Maybe they're getting their viewership on YouTube higher so they can get paid, and that they're taking advantage of the situation that these people in Hollywood, these people in entertainment, sports, that they pass away. And because the thing about it, every time anybody in those industries do anything, these are the first people to run out and claim it satanic and claim it Illuminati and claim it all these different things. And maybe, how you doing, Yvette? Maybe these people just had illnesses, or their bodies were sick, or, I mean, Miss Roberts was 90 years old. Maybe that's just what happened. And if it is some kind of ritual, if it is something like that, then the fact of the matter is, most people wouldn't even know it's happening. But the question that we really should be asking ourselves is, why do we gravitate so easily and so quickly to something like that? Why do we have to look for something that is a natural effect in life that happens? Why do we run to the fact that we want to blame somebody for it? Somebody must be at fault. Is somebody's fault that Prince passed away? No. I don't know if he had anyone. I don't know the man. I love this music. I love this music. Played it all day. Love this music. And I will probably do some kind of tribute in my store. But I love this music. But maybe, I mean, it happens that people all of a sudden get sick. A friend of mine, you know, a young lady that I grew up knowing, she passed away suddenly. She's 44 and she passed away suddenly. It happens to people when they're younger. Not everybody passes away when they're older. And the fact of the matter is, it's the legacy of a person that we should be looking at, not trying to create some kind of political stance based on the fact that they lived and died, but maybe just the fact of what that person meant to us. And the fact, and what we should be asking ourselves, what is the legacy? What can I learn from the life of Prince? If I was a fan of Prince, or I was a fan of Chyna, or I was a fan of Miss Roberts, if I was a fan of, you know, whoever else had passed away that you know about, just what can you learn from their life? What could their existence mean to you? You know, Prince lived himself. I did a video yesterday and I talked about the fact that you gotta be you. Live your life as you. Don't let anybody else define who you are. You define you. Don't even let your experiences define you. You decide what that experience means to you. You decide what society means to you. Live your world in your world. People didn't understand, but I always say that in my world the sky is purple. I got that from Prince. In my world the sky is purple because he's the person who created his own world. From the moment that I was introduced to Prince back in the Purple Rain days, my sky became purple. Because for me, he represented creating your own world. that you are the creation of your own world, not someone else. That the vibration, your mental vibration, your emotional vibration creates your world. And the more you truly understand vibration, the more your world can be created. Too many people are running to the law of attraction, saying that I can just think something into existence. It's more than just thinking something into existence. Once you understand the law of vibration and how that works, that everything in the universe vibrates, and you, in order for you to have something, to attract something to you, then you have to get them to the same vibrational level. Here's a scientific aspect of it. If you want to break glass with sound, then the sound has to be at the same vibration of the cohesiveness of the glass in order for it to break. If you have a miserable vibration, you will attract more misery. That's why we have the saying, misery loves company. How you feel, what you're thinking, what your condition, your vibration in life is what you're going to attract in your life. I know that I attract the same people in my life because my vibration is at that level. And in order for me to attract different people into my life, I have to then change my vibration. And as long as I change my vibration, then those people will be attracted to my life. Those conditions will be attracted to my life. And that is what it is. And it's a constant. You know, you learn and you say things like praying without ceasing. That is the same as keeping your vibration at the same level without ceasing. That you do it continuously. Now, I told you the other day that you got to die of your own flesh daily. And that you have to live in your spirit, live in the vibration of your spirit, of your mind and your emotions, that they be on a one accord. And that when you are on one accord, when you walk with no doubt, then you bring forth the vibration of life that you desire. And then that will bring whatever you desire into your life, because you are working and moving and living and breathing and praying and meditating and all things else on the same vibrational frequency as the thing that you want. And if you read books other than the Bible, if you go into the Gospel of Philip, it talks about the fact that if the husband and the wife have the same thought process, if they're on the same vibration, if they come together in one, that there is no force more powerful than that. Now, it was going into the sexuality of it and actuality, that if they're doing this in sex practice, then nothing can stop that couple. That couple becomes more powerful than any other thing on this planet. Why? Because their vibrational patterns match and is fueled with an energy that is beyond any other energy. So I'm going to get off my pedestal right now, off my soapbox. All these people making conspiracy videos concerning Prince and Chyna and Miss Roberts, and they made them about other people in the music industry. Instead of trying to taint someone's legacy by placing them in a position that they were ritualistically murdered and killed, maybe just learn from their legacy. Learn from their legacy. You know, Prince had a legacy of creating his own life, of being himself in truth, from the inside and showing you from what his inside is to the outside. Chyna, the saddest thing in the world is that she died alone. That she was dead for days and for hours and hours and nobody knew. So are you surrounded by people so that if something happens to you, are they there? Will they know? If something happened to me right now, will somebody know? Will I lay around for hours or days? Or how long would I be before anybody noticed that my presence is gone? What is my vibrational pattern today? And as far as Miss Roberts, she lived a full life. She accomplished many things in her life. Even at an age where most people who consider themselves retired, she kept going. So there is nothing stopping you from you to be able to keep going. And the relationships that you saw that she had on her show are the relationships she had in real life. So she exposed and let you see inside herself. So live your life according to you. Live your life according to what you want and your rules and your vibration. And increase your vibration if you want to bring that thing to it. Iron only sharpens iron when your vibrational pattern gets to the point of iron. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to have a spouse, if you want to be a good mother, then you got to have that same vibrational pattern as all those people and all those conditions or all those lifestyles in order for it to become part of you. Because your greatness is non-negotiable, and so is mine. So y'all have a great day, and I look forward to even more conversation. And later on today, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, but later on today, we're going to have a special Prince commemorative kind of thing with my store. I don't know exactly how it's going to work yet, but y'all have a great day.